First up, this is the proposal by SEBI, the market dog, now planning to implement instantaneous settlement of trades of T+0, and this in two phases. It has floated a consultation paper and they're seeking comments. Let's find out what exactly the proposal is and what they're seeking comments on. For that, my colleague Ankur joining us from the Mumbai newsroom. Ankur, do tell us about this proposal that has been floated by SEBI.
Yes, SEBI has released a consultation paper on instantaneous settlement and also T+0 settlement, while the consultation paper has said that there is a proposal that if in the first phase in T+0 settlement trades are done by 1:30 p.m., the settlement should happen by 4:30 p.m. on the same day. That is on the first phase. And in the second phase, the full implementation of T+0 by 3:30 p.m. and there is also option of instantaneous settlement. Now there are pros and cons which been given in this consultation paper on moving towards instantaneous settlement, but all in all the regulator believes that it will be in the interest of customers because instantaneous settlement will lead to greater flexibility for customers. Apart from that, the regulator has also mentioned about the fact that T+0 settlement will be possible by March in 2024, and those comments had been given by Madhvi Puri Bush, the chairperson of SEBI, and within a year of that implementation, instantaneous settlement might be possible.
All right, we'll see about the timelines. Let's get perspective on what has been proposed. And for that, Sandeep Parekh, Managing Partner at Finsec Law Advisors, is joining us. Great to have you with us to understand SEBI's proposal. How feasible do you think it is for same-day settlement of trades that are executed until 1:30 in the afternoon on that transaction day? SEBI is proposing the settlement by 4:30 p.m. on the same day as the transaction. But how smooth and efficient do you think this would be for our current banking system?
So, first of all, thanks for having me here. So broadly, I think, when things move faster, when you go to buy vegetables, you pay for it and then you kind of immediately get the vegetables. You don't kind of wait for a day. So that's, in kind of financial jargon, we call it DVP, or delivery versus payment. We moved away from what was effectively a T plus whatever used to take a month to settle 20 years back, to T+2, where we were one of the world's first, and then T+1. We're finally moving to T+0, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a challenge because the entire system has to move along. It's the exchanges have to be faster, the banking system, payment systems have to be faster. So everything has to catch up, which is, I think SEBI has introduced it as a voluntary system, and there will be parallel track between T+1 and T+0. So I think there will be some challenges in terms of the plumbing. But I think it's going to be good for the overall efficiency of the system to reduce risk in the system. So I think it's a good thing so long as the rest of the system catches up.
SEBI has asked if this proposed mechanism should be available first for the top 500 listed firms. They are looking at a timeline where they'd begin by the March of next year. Is that a good way to begin? What do you think is the reason behind it, even as the broader markets right now have seen an increasing investor participation of late? Do you think this is going to help in increased participation when you talk about retail investors?
So to answer your second question first, it may or may not increase retail participation, but it will bring in efficiency. So, it will reduce risk and make things more efficient. People get the goods much before time. You have Blinkit, which delivers in 15 minutes as opposed to earlier process used to take longer. So, it's a similar system for the markets. In terms of whether it's a good idea to introduce to the top 500, yes, because, this will fragment the liquidity, because now there'll be two markets in, let's say, Infosys shares, one which will deliver tomorrow and the other which will deliver today. So there will be some, in the near term, there may be some little bit of price arbitrage, but, people will kind of jump in and bridge the price arbitrage with opposing trades. So I mean that's pretty common. We saw that in 2001 when derivatives were introduced, and soon the arbitrage went away. So I think it's a temporary blip, and I think we can certainly live with that.
Also, how significantly do you think this move is going to eliminate the risk of settlement shortages?
So it overall reduces various types of risks in the system, because the longer you wait, the more uncertainty there is of delivery of both cash and securities. So this significantly reduces the risk on both sides. So I would say it's a good overall. It's good for reducing risk in the overall system.
Do you think
But
rupee
of course, like I
conversion?
said, the plumbing has to catch up.
Right, of course,
So the plumbing
absolutely.
should be-
So that is going to be work in progress. But really, will rupee conversion be an issue for foreign investors, do you think? Why have advanced economies not moved in this direction?
First of all, I think advanced economies have a problem with plumbing. They don't have, if you look at the US, they still are living in a world of demat, which is frozen securities in a vault. They don't even have digital shares. They kind of have other shortcuts of holding it in broker name, etc., which has its own kind of consequences. So I think our systems are more efficient today. Our the payment systems, UPI, overall, I think we are much faster, or we became electronically demat, probably one of the best in the world. So I think we are better placed than the Western world to actually move to T+0.
Saying that this is the need of the hour, and we are moving in that direction. Of course, there will be some challenges, and those can be ironed out for the most part. But yes, this is a proposal at this stage, and we'll see exactly how it gets implemented. Sandeep Parekh, thanks for joining us with your perspective on this. Great to have you with us.
Thank you. Thanks.